I'm Michael Willems, and I'm here once again with a tip for photography. Today an advanced tip for the more experienced photographers who use an SLR or mirrorless camera with lots of controls and lots of options. And one of those options is what we call back button focus. What does back button focus do? Well, it forces the camera to not focus every time you press the shutter button, this one at the front, but instead it only focuses when you press a button at the back, a button of your choice that you can set. I use that, back button focus, and most pros I know also use it, because it has big advantages. Why? Well, one is focus and exposure and taking the picture are separate things, so you should treat them as separate things. For example, I may want to focus on someone's eyes, but expose on the grey coat of the person next to them, who's a slightly different distance away. So those two things are separate. Expose on the coat, focus on the eyes, and you're good. It also means there's no delay. If nothing moves, if I'm doing a portrait for example, well, I focus and then I'm good as long as I and the subject don't move. So that means every subsequent picture is immediate. The camera doesn't have to wait until it focuses and beeps every time. It's instant. Third advantage, if you use continuous focus, let's say you're shooting sports and you're shooting someone moving, well then you would want to use AFC, as Nikon calls it, autofocus continuous, or AI servo, as Canon calls it, the artificial intelligence servo motor mode. And that just means continuous focus. It means as long as you keep pressing, the camera focuses. That's fine for sports, but the problem is if you then want to recompose for a picture, you can't do it, because then the moment you recompose, the camera would refocus. Well, not if you use back button focus, because then AI focus, or AFC, is continuous focus as long as you're pressing the button at the back. The moment you stop pressing it, it becomes normal one-shot autofocus, right? AFS, autofocus single. So now you have the choice. You have the best of both worlds, and you have to go into menus to change modes. That's the way to do it. So back button focus is the way that most pros do it, because it's just better. But it does take you a day, couple of days maybe, to learn, to develop that muscle memory that we need before it becomes natural. But my advice is try it and see if it works for you, because it works for me and works for most pros. How do you do it? Well, it depends. On my camera, on my big Canon here, for example, I go into a quick menu, and in that quick menu I go to custom settings, and in custom settings I first of all go to the shutter button and I tell it not to focus but just to expose and click. And then I go into the setting for other buttons, the buttons at the back, and I use both of them just in case. But usually you choose one button at the back and you set that button to do the focusing instead, and then the camera just focuses while you press the button on the back. That's the way to do it. Try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't feel bad. This is an advanced tip. But even if it doesn't work for you now, try it again, and next year, the year after, you'll find it does work, and it works better. Because this way you get a more convenient camera with fewer out of focus shots. Now, we went through this advanced subject in 3 minutes. Of course, if you take my courses, either in person in the store when it opens or online, fully interactively, just like you're in the studio, then of course we spend hours going over the same thing. And it's very much hands-on as well. But start with this tip, it'll help. And I'll see you in the store, or I'll see you online. Thanks very much. Don't forget the blog, www.speedlighter.ca, and check out the website for the full list of courses and dates and so on. Enjoy your camera.